Welcome back to the TMCJ podcast. We are on segment 3, our wildcard segment, and this week we are doing what is worryingly become a repeating segment.
Yeah, second edition.
Yeah. So, the background, early on in the podcast, we made a joke about listening to dinosaur erotica audiobooks, or just basically weird, shitty audiobooks in general. And it was demanded that we follow through with that. Blue did the first one. And,
I got off easy, I have to say. Mine was only like 24 minutes long.
yeah, mine was an hour.
Yeah.
So, it was my turn this week. He had Ravaged by the Triceratops. I had Pimp Dino.
No. Ravished.
Ravished. Okay. Ravished. Excuse me, I was putting a V in there. Wait, no.
God.
A G.
You can't murder a classic book like that, Kaiser.
Yeah, clearly not. So this time I had Pimp Dino, which the cover art is just like peak first day using Photoshop.
That'll be on the thumbnail, you can bet.
Oh god, it is actually. The cover actually entertained me. I won't lie.
Yeah.
What I will say that it's just as bad as you might have imagined. But B, this book actually had some interesting lore to it, which is something I was not expecting. I don't know what I expected in particular, but
More in depth than the Horus Heresy?
no. Oh yeah, no, exactly. The God Emperor shows up. No, he doesn't. What I think I'm going to do before I get into the story, I'm going to talk about the lore because it was the one part of the book that actually made me want to keep listening. So sometime in the 25th century, human beings developed time travel.
Oh, okay.
And they use it to send scouts back to prehistoric Earth because they've found that there's diamonds available just lying on the surface before they're buried. And so they send a scout back.
Factually incorrect, I think, but
what?
Go on.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Don't think about the sci-fi elements. I'm just fascinated that there was lore.
Yeah. This is like 3 genres already.
Yeah, so they send her back in time. She's supposed to scout out, get the diamonds, and then send them back, at which point they'll send a mining team back in time with her to grab the rest of the diamonds and then go back. And these are supposed to be diamonds that were either, like, flung off the earth or were never historically supposed to be there. They couldn't dig for the diamonds because if they dug for them, that would affect history. They put there's a surprising amount of thought into this. And then because the future is kind of dystopian. Like, people live in these giant hive cities and dormitories, similar, actually, to Warhammer.
So, hang on, sorry. So taking something off the surface of the planet wouldn't affect history, but digging a little on the planet would affect history.
Exactly, because the meteor hits the surface and destroys everything. I think that's where they were going with this. The meteor that killed the dinosaurs.
Right, okay, so it becomes worthless after the point of impact.
Yeah.
Okay.
So...
What? Sorry.
That's pretty much the extent of the lore. I found myself wanting to know more about the future, like the future Earth. Like, I was like, this is actually a decent setup for a sci-fi novel.
This is Cyberpunk Part 2.
Yeah, clearly. I think the woman who wrote this was actually on the writing team for Cyberpunk.
Except now we're sending back Keanu Reeves.
Oh my god! I'm just thinking of, like, John Wick fighting dinosaurs.
Oh my god!
In this genre with his dick.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's the backstory. That is the extent of the lore, and I did find the little bits of internal monologue from the characters thinking about the lore very interesting. Oh, dinosaur lore. Dinosaurs are all psychic.
Oh.
They can read minds and then project, like, emotions and things to and from each other.
Do they understand modern day English?
not spoken. Well, not really. They interpret it by reading the minds of humans.
So they understand more.
They understand the intent, not necessarily the words.
Okay.
So, here's the plot. Woman goes back in time as a scout for a mining expedition from future Earth to find diamonds. While she's back there searching for the diamonds, she comes across a abandoned dinosaur baby. That's a hybrid between a Tyrannosaurus and an Allosaurus.
Oh, those raunchy dinosaurs.
And then she essentially raises the dinosaur herself.
Okay.
Also part of the lore, because in the future only days are going to pass, but in the past years are going to pass. Everyone who goes back in time gets special augmentation so that they can live exceptionally long, 400 years long.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
So, over the course of 18 years, it has to be 18 years because she does things with this dinosaur later.
Oh, the child that she raised.
Yes. Don't think about it.
Okay,
It's already interspecies. It can't get worse.
Okay. I guess we're not going with what was the word? Changing the wording.
I will change the wording a little bit.
Okay.
I do plan to do that, but I don't plan to be quite as euphemistic as you were.
Okay, that's fair.
So she raises this dinosaur while on her quest to find the diamonds.
Okay, so they're not just everywhere.
They're not just everywhere. There's a specific location where they've kind of scouted them out and know where they are generally, but she's trying to find that location.
And after 18 years, she still hasn't found. Okay,
it takes her 18 years to find them.
Okay.
That's a very important plot point for legal reasons.
Okay. Okay, yeah. Sorry, yeah.
You're getting what I'm laying down. All right,
I got it.
So they make a big point that the dinosaurs are all psychic and they can kind of enhance each other's experience of things.
Right. Yep. Okay. Yeah.
And so
I got it.
Her first encounter with this is during the dinosaur procreation season.
Okay. Yep. Dino puberty.
They do a no. Just how every year animals go through.
Okay. There's a particular time. Yeah.
Exactly. They jump and they dance and then they do something spicy together.
Yeah. They make tacos.
They make tacos together. But their psychic ability makes it so everyone feels everyone else making tacos.
I wasn't ready for that. Sorry, a sec.
Okay. Recover. We're professionals here.
Professional. Go on.
So, she joins in this particular Mexican food making exercise.
Yep, this bake-off. Yep.
Using a literal dinosaur bone that belonged to the father of the baby dino that she...
Okay, so she found its father. Yep.
No.
Oh, that okay. Yeah,
no, he's dead. Yeah. It's an actual bone, a literal bone.
So when she found the baby originally, the father was dead. Next to it.
Exactly.
Okay,
so that's why it was abandoned. And
after
after, I don't know. They don't mention her.
Ooh, potential for episode 2.
There could be. I mean, maybe she comes back. Maybe that could be the plot hook for the next book. I don't know.
Getting in with the stepmom.
I honestly really want to know more about the plot of this, the backstory. I want to know about Future Earth. Anyway, So after the requisite amount of years, the taco season takes full swing, and her and the dinosaur that she's been raising partner up, in very vivid detail.
Yeah.
And to the point where, first of all, in this book, dinosaurs have hair or fur.
Okay, yeah. That's kind of not difficult to... Yeah.
I said in the interim that I took notes on this book.
Yeah. Dinosaurs used to have feathers, didn't
they? Scientists are saying that dinosaurs had feathers, but no one really knows. They're just guessing based on the fact that modern-day birds are similar to dinosaurs. The same way they were guessing before that they were scaly and everything like that. No one knows for sure. What I wrote was, why are the dinosaurs hairy? And then follow-up note, oh god, their fur is rainbow-colored.
Is it? Is it really?
It is rainbow-colored fur.
Oh my god, the most tactical camouflage, rainbow.
Half my notes are just me going like, oh, is this actually what's happening right now?
And so we're talking about every single color of the rainbow?
They didn't specify, but they said specifically rainbow-colored fur.
Okay, right. So we've got a 60s dinosaur.
In fact, we have a pimp dino.
Oh, shit, yeah. Bam, brought it back.
So, eventually, and what I will say is that she has a hover car in the past.
In the past?
Well, she brings it back in time with her. And that's how she scouts for the diamond. What?
How do you get fuel?
I don't know. It's probably run off of some kind of futuristic space bullshit. They don't specify the fuel. They just specify that she has a hover car.
Yeah. Gotta cram a bit more bullshit into the fuel tank.
So, they maybe it's like No Man's Sky, and they just, like, blow up a tree and they get some carbon and shove it in the tank.
Grab crystals and, yeah.
Anyway, but she prefers to ride on the spiny back of her dino companion because it's, stimulating.
Yeah, okay. Hang on, wait, are we talking like Spinosaurus spines? Because those things
No.
huge.
We're talking about like
just like a
ridged,
exaggerated backbone.
Yeah, like ridged. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Anyway, also the dinosaur's name is Timmy.
Oh god, that's so much worse.
His name is Timmy. She named him after a previous companion she had from the future.
Right, so she's cheating on one. Oh my god.
No. They address this in the lore. The culture in the future is that because of overpopulation and because of scarce resources, they've gone full communist. They've done away with families and the idea of that. Also,
if it's overpopulated, surely you don't want people going around banging everything.
I assume they find a way to resolve that through control methods.
Okay.
But the I will get to that, why that is and everything later, because that's part of the plot. Anyway, so one day, she decides to leave her hover car behind and ride Timmy to a location, and she's found that he's actually very good at mining. Like, he hits a rock and, oh, look, gold, or something like that. But one day while doing this, they discover a valley that is just coated in diamonds.
Okay.
So she contacts the future using whatever communication method she has and sends back some samples. At which point they're like, oh, yeah, you found them. And they apparently think she's gone crazy because she says the dinosaurs are psychic. So they send the mining team back. And the mining team is composed of a couple of her old bunk mates, because they all lived in communal housing in the future because there's overpopulation and no room.
Right.
And she introduces them to her dino companion. They're kind of afraid and trepidatious at first, but she proves that they are psychic.
Okay.
And almost immediately,
surely the dinosaur can just make them, pacify them by just mind zapping them.
In theory, he could have, but that's not what happens. What happens instead is they set up camp, and they, because they're going to be there for years to get all the diamonds back.
Yeah.
And so they're like, yeah, first night we can just, screw around. And they drink a booze called, it was something, it was a combination of some kind of a liquor and ambrosia. And I can't remember exactly what they called it in the book.
Ambrosia, the custard?
No, ambrosia was the drink of the gods in Greek mythology.
It's custard in England.
Well, it's probably named after that. In Greek mythology, ambrosia was essentially like the wine of the gods.
Yeah.
It was a mythical beverage. Anyway, doesn't matter. They drink this thing that is apparently, it serves dual purpose as an intoxicant and an aphrodisiac.
Of course it is, yeah. I mean, I don't think they even need that, really.
Yeah, so they spend the first night, all of the human people, getting right in line with the food preparation along with the dinosaurs. Not with the dinosaurs, with each other, I should say. The humans.
Okay, right,
the humans with each other. But the dinosaur is nearby and uses his psychic powers to make it more awesome.
Am I sensing tacos?
Oh, yes. Tacos with so many jalapenos.
No, that's a spicy mix.
So that goes on, at which point, like, the people are, like, kind of worried, kind of hesitant about all this, because other dinosaurs want to get on in the action, too. But Timmy won't let them without the humans' permission. Or without his permission.
Right, I get how this is coming around to being a pimp thing.
Yeah,
okay.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
At which point, the female contingent of the mining crew are all on board, but the male contingent aren't. At which point, the lead dude reminds them all that they will partner with people of any gender. And they have in the future. Okay. And so it turns into a very, very uncomfortable scene for me, because I don't swing this way, but I had to listen to a very...
Oh, yeah, okay.
Very detailed description...
Yep.
Of
taco on taco.
Yeah, some male taco making.
Yep.
At which point, they give way, and then there's some male on dino taco making, and then it just turns into a fucking fiesta. Let's call it that.
Okay, real question though, I think it's on everyone's lips. Are any burritos made? Like, several months down the line?
No, nothing like that. Although, they do a title drop near the end. She remembers an educational video that she saw on, like, the archives going back into the past, about the movie Pimp.
Oh, I think it's Jurassic Park.
And the dinosaur psychically reads that information from her mind and kind of likes the idea.
Okay. So he's a businessman now. Timmy is a businessman.
No, not a businessman. It's all for the greater good. Like, just letting everyone enjoy themselves and make better tacos.
Okay, I see. So,
and that's the way the book ends.
Oh, okay. So they don't actually ever bring any diamonds back because they're too busy making tacos.
Well, presumably they're going to spend the next few years bringing the diamonds back. I know. I was disappointed too, because I wanted more, like, stuff like that. I wanted, like, oh yeah, we brought the diamonds back, and it upset the world's economy, and now in the 2600s there's some other political. They
found the Valley of Diamonds.
Yeah, I'm confused. I want to know why they needed the diamonds. Because you can make synthetic diamonds now. So in 2500, of course, they should be able to make them much easier. So why were these raw diamonds so important? These are the things I cared about that the book didn't answer.
Like you said, with the real synthetic diamonds, they're not nearly as valuable, are they?
They're not nearly as valuable, but functionally, they're the same.
Yeah. Pardon me. Maybe they're just like a high-end jewelers in the future.
Maybe future
With
Earth.
some dark secrets.
Maybe future Earth is just the diamond district of the universe.
Maybe.
Anyway, so that's the whole book.
Okay.
Thoughts?
Maybe the dinosaurs' taco sauce forms diamonds.
Oh God! You just reminded me of
That
another.
was really rank.
No, you just reminded me of another scene.
Oh God, really?
Oh God! I'm dreading looking at my Amazon recommendations after this.
Yeah, I haven't actually got. It didn't give me any weird recommendations.
Oh,
maybe because I've watched.
Let me
so many
read
other
you
books.
some of the recommendations I got after finishing it this morning. By the way, I started listening to this yesterday and I finished it this morning.
Right.
Oh, let's see here. Oh, I already backed off it. I can't see them anymore. But just from the cover art, I remember... Oh yeah, here we go. Oh. Yep, Kingdom of Moaning.
Okay.
God, whatever. It looks like a fantasy version of this. I'm not going to just look at my phone during this, because that's just dead air time.
Yeah, sorry. I too was looking at weird audiobooks.
It just... Oh, God.
The thing is, it's book 2 of a series, so I'm like, maybe there are going to be answers.
Well, that's the thing. Maybe there is more to it. Maybe there's like... I don't know. I should also point out the author of this book's pen name made me laugh.
Yeah.
She's referred to as Pornelope.
I just found the first book in the series, and it's the exact same icon, like the same picture, right?
Mm-hmm.
Except he doesn't have the pimp hat and cane.
Like I said, it was like somebody's first day with Photoshop when they made these covers.
Yeah, and I think it only goes up to 2. I don't think she's released a 3rd.
Honestly, but again, I found myself fascinated with the lore of this. There was a surprising amount of thought put into, like, backstory, character development, motivations. For an hour-long book, like, again, I listened to it on audiobook. For an hour-long audiobook, there was a surprising amount of depth.
Yeah.
Granted, a large portion of the runtime was dedicated to the taco making, but
Yeah.
they I don't know. I was impressed. I'll put it that way. I came in with low expectations and honestly a little bit of dread.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's still fucking. It's. I don't want to say that word, but it's. We wouldn't normally go to these kinds of books, is obvious to say.
But I think to bring it back to kind of a broader, positive perspective, I think that's a good portion of this, or a good outcome of this kind of endeavor that we've taken. Where we're going to media or things, like bits of the world that we wouldn't normally look at, and probably a lot of people listening wouldn't normally look at.
Nope.
So you're getting a perspective into, like, a peek into a world unseen.
Yeah, a peak that you might not have wanted to see, but now you've seen it, you can't quite forget it.
Yep.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, and I will say, I'll tell you more off podcast, but that scene at the end did make me, like, uncomfortable to listen to say the least.
Okay.
There were multiple points, even the parts that were of my own persuasion still were kind of uncomfortable to listen to. I'm sorry. I actually used to read, like, when I was in middle school, there was a few books that I remember reading that were like this. They were erotic short stories or novels. And some of the more well-written ones I actually really enjoyed. and they have the spicy scenes, but
Yeah.
if they're well written and well executed and fit into the story, they're really nice. And like when I say really nice, I mean like enjoyable to read.
Yeah. I mean, they don't all have to be like head scratchers where it's a deep, interesting lore.
Yeah.
I suppose.
I guess especially in the media segment, I talk up my interest in like complex and interesting characters and depth and moral ambiguity, but sometimes there's satisfaction in just I shouldn't have used that word.
No, you shouldn't have used that word.
Sometimes there is something to be said about a simple, straightforward story that is just really enjoyable to listen to.
Yeah. Well, have you got I assigned you this one. Have you got anything that I need to do next time?
You know what? I haven't
next
thought
big
about
question.
it. I'm going to try and find something, though. I don't know. Maybe I'll give you some knockoff Twilight erotica to read.
Okay. Yeah, maybe we need
maybe-
to...
Maybe
go
we
on.
should broaden our perspectives.
Exactly, that's what I was going to say. Maybe we should move away from dinosaurs, perhaps. Or
like,
the other way.
although I won't lie, I really want to know what happens if this story
In the
keeps
first
going.
one. Well, I'd say she released the first and second books in 2018, and she's not released any others since. So
That's unfortunate. I
I
mean,
don't think you're going to get it. But...
also I should say this in the pod. I paid $5 for this.
Oh, I was looking down at some of the comments on it.
Yeah.
Someone said I received this free copy audiobook at my request. So maybe if you just ask the person, we might get free ones in future.
I mean, I fully intend to put a review up on Amazon for this thing. I don't review products that I like on Amazon, typically, but I will review this.
Yes. Well, like, yeah, we need to we still haven't made a proper account just for this kind of like the.
We
What's the
do
word I'm
need
looking
to make TMCJ podcast accounts on multiple platforms, I think.
Yeah. Not least on this, so I don't get.
Oh,
this
speaking of the
properly
podcast,
off.
little
Go on.
bit of a shameless self-plugging here. Blue has made new art for the podcast in terms of our
Yes.
icon and our splash art for Twitter. And I think I'm actually going to use, if you don't mind, I'm going to use that icon on the YouTube channel as well.
Go ahead.
Because the one I have is I like it, but as we discussed, I think the one you made is a lot more
modern. I guess.
modern, and it has a bit more polish to it.
Yeah. Yeah, it is kind of gutting to see the old one. Well, not go because it's always going to be there still, but like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I know what you mean.
Oh god, it's
It's a new season.
I'm just thinking of the fucking. I just remembered something else about the book.
Oh god.
Oh my god, there's a
Is it something you're not able to say on?
I'm
live?
trying to think of the proper way to phrase it. During
Oh, okay.
the mass scene at the end, there's a the dinosaurs that must be held at bay. It's described as a very eager group of young men just waiting to make tacos for the first time.
Oh man.
They're Allosauruses, by the way.
The only other good, like, interesting title I can see by this author is seems to be like I don't know what century this is, like an olden days thing, and the title is The Wellborn Strumpet. Like, oh my god, just that word. It's I know what it means, but barely.
I will say that again. I feel weird praising this as much as I am, but for what it is in this genre, I think that like it was well written. Like
Yeah, I mean, we got to be professional about this. We're not just here to point and laugh.
oh well, that's the thing. It would be funny to. I think one of the original thoughts we had was to try and find like kind of shittier audiobooks and listen to them. But it evolved into this, where we're finding more obscure and kind of weird things. And
Yeah, and finding little nuggets of gold, or diamond
Yeah.
in this case.
And to repeat something I think I said off podcast, there's nothing wrong with being weird or being, like, kind of out there. Like, those are the interesting people.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just but if you're not in that weird area, it is an experience to enter it.
It is.
That was a bad turn of phrase. God damn it.
It was also bad, but you know what? Everything that we've said during this segment could be construed in an unfortunate manner.
I keep thinking, like, every word out of my mouth, I'm like, that could be a euphemism. That could be a euphemism.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Well, you know what? We've actually been going for close to the full length. Do you want to say anything else to close us out? Any final thoughts, final ruminations before I close out the podcast?
Oof, what is there to say about such a spicy topic?
Scintillating topic.
Stop talking. Hopefully we can find something as amazing as this for the next time. Maybe it's going to be a book either way for next month. But who knows? Maybe we'll go in a completely different direction. Maybe we'll travel down the same vein if we find something equally precious, shall we say?
Oh my god!
But you'll have to wait until next month to hear.
Yeah. Oh man. All right. Well, thank you, Blue. We'll call it there. Thank you all for listening. Thank
you, Kaiser.
Oh god. Oh, sorry. Sorry. My first reaction. This is the this is the Boston in me coming out. I can't stand to hear a gratitude or a compliment or positivity in general.
It was sarcastic, don't worry.
Thank you. I hoped so. All right. This is going to be the end of episode 28 of the TMCJ podcast. Thank you all for listening, and you will hear us again next week.
See you then.